LeBron James is one of, if not the most famous basketball player currently in the NBA. Playing for the Los Angeles Lakers, he makes millions of dollars a game and definitely lives a luxury lifestyle. Rather than go over his many accolades in basketball, in this video, we'll do a deeper dive into the millionaire lifestyle that LeBron lives, as well as do a bit of a dive into some of the investments he's made that have turned his already excellent salary from the NBA to even more millions, propelling him to become one of the richest athletes of all time. Hopefully, seeing how LeBron lives and invests can provide a bit of luxury motivation out there for you. Before we start the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Okay, let's get started. Before talking about how LeBron spends his money, it's good to know how much he's acquired over his long career of basketball and investing. As of writing, LeBron James currently makes about $42 million in salary from the NBA and $55 million from endorsements. That's not a total, that's just a yearly total. LeBron isn't a billionaire yet, but he's well on his way. There are currently only 6 billionaire athletes in the world, only one of which is a basketball player, Michael Jordan, with a whopping net worth of $1.9 billion. Depending on endorsements and ability to play the game, LeBron could enter the billion-dollar club near the end of the decade. Currently, LeBron is estimated to be worth around $500 million. This includes his salaries and stock portfolio, of course, but also his properties and his pizza chain Blaze Pizza. His stake in the fast-growing pizza company is just under $50 million, about 10% of his net worth. He also owns several homes, one in Akron, Ohio, worth about $10 million, two in Brentwood worth about $45 million put together, and recently sold one in Miami that he lived in while under contract with the Miami Heat for $12 million. He also has a 2% stake in a Liverpool soccer team, which is currently worth $40 million. He also owns a stake of the Boston Red Sox as another investment. The rest of LeBron's net worth is in assets like cars, public companies, and endorsement deals and contracts that haven't paid in full yet. Needless to say, LeBron is doing quite well for himself. Even Warren Buffett thinks LeBron is smart about where he puts his money for someone who is relatively inexperienced at investment. LeBron's current biggest moneymaker could be the upcoming film Space Jam: A New Legacy. As the main star in the $160 million budget film, he's sure to receive a hefty cut. But that's not where the majority of the money will come from, assuming the movie does well. LeBron will see a much bigger cut from his role as an executive producer, which, depending on how much the movie makes, could be more profitable. It's not yet known how much LeBron is being paid to star in the movie, but it could easily be an 8-digit figure. Of course, LeBron still has to do a lot of heavy lifting to make the movie good. Many people are excited for the Space Jam sequel out of nostalgia for the first movie. Depending on how well LeBron is able to perform in the film and the reviews it receives, it could either prove to be one of his most profitable moves this year, or one of the biggest wastes of time and money. However, he will get well paid as an actor regardless of the film's success. The only thing left to see is whether or not he will see more money from his executive producing role. Are you excited for the upcoming sequel to Space Jam? Let us know how good you think the movie will be in the comments down below. Of course, we also have to talk about the most important people in the world to LeBron, his family. LeBron is married to Savannah James, and they have 3 children together, Bronny, Bryce, and Zuri James. You can be certain that LeBron takes care of his family and loves them very much. Savannah James was his high school sweetheart and has more or less always been the girl for him. A big chunk of LeBron's spending in the past has been dedicated to his wife, as he bought her a rather extravagant ring for their engagement and had quite a big wedding party, with Beyoncé and Jay-Z providing entertainment. Another big aspect of LeBron's spending is dedicated to his children, as he wants to make sure to set his kids up for success later in life. LeBron was torn as a child by the absence of his father, and as such, has a strong bond with the family he has started, and only wants the best for them. As someone who had no father figure in his life, it's no surprise that LeBron wants to make sure that he is there for his children and always will be. Even with his luxury purchases, LeBron James is pretty savvy with his spending. While he does buy extravagant things, Like a Porsche and a $300,000 engagement ring for his wife, he also buys practical things. For example, he splurged on a cryotherapy chamber, which could cost upwards of $500,000 to keep his muscles in shape and maintain muscle mass. While these cryotherapy chambers have had many controversies about them regarding their effectiveness, they seem to be working for LeBron, as he's still one of the better players in the NBA well into his 30s. LeBron is also someone who understands that appearances are important, especially when you're getting sponsorship deals left and right and have cardboard cutouts of you scattered around the world. Because of this, LeBron got his tattoos done from one of the most exclusive tattoo artists in Cleveland, who charges around $350 an hour for a session. If you're going to have tattoos, they might as well be from the best artist in town. However, the bulk of LeBron's spending is done mostly on his investments. While he makes huge purchases like houses and luxury purchases like Porsches, the majority of his income is thrown right back into investments that he can make a hefty profit from. Even his houses are sold when he no longer needs them, like his home in Miami. After ending his run with the Heat, he had no need for it and made a few $1,000,000 off its sale. And once again, his investments into Blaze Pizza have paid off nicely, and it is slowly becoming one of the more recognizable pizza chains in America. He's even gotten some competition in the past from other pizza chains getting deals with NBA players. One example of this was the Papa John's Shaq-a-Roni pizza, which was a promotional pepperoni pizza that advertised itself as Shaq-sized, receiving an endorsement from Shaquille O'Neal. If there's anything to learn, it's that just because you're wealthy doesn't mean you have to stop making good investments. Because of LeBron's savvy spending and smart investments, he's well on his way to become one of the richest athletes in the world. There's no denying his skill on the court, but his ability to make smart investments is something that no amount of basketball experience or talent can provide. Luckily for him, LeBron is skilled at both. While he may have gotten a lucky break starting out, being picked for the NBA right out of high school and getting an enormous $93 million sponsorship deal from Nike, he was able to leverage his investments to become one of the richest athletes in the world. And before he was picked out, he had a rough home life, with his father being out of the picture and his mother having to provide for him on her own. LeBron James was a hard worker and a smart investor, and found his skill early on. If you want to be as successful as LeBron, it's never too late to start taking advantage of your talents and using them to make smart investments. Thanks for watching our video. Looking for more? Check out this playlist. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you don't miss more videos by us. We've got 2 more luxury videos like this one coming up soon. If you could invest in a sports team like LeBron did, which sports team would you buy into? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Anyway, we'll see you in the next video. Take care.